All right, welcome to the explainer. Every company out there is sitting on a mountain of data. But here's the thing, having data and getting answers from it are two totally different things. The secret sauce, the thing that connects the two, is how you structure it. Today, we're diving into the blueprint for insight, data modeling.
So yeah, your data hold all these amazing answers, but how do you set it up so you can even ask the right questions in the first place? This isn't just some techie back-end problem. This is the fundamental challenge. It's what separates the teams that get fast, reliable insights from the ones that are just constantly spinning their wheels. The structure you choose, it literally impacts everything that comes after. To really get a handle on this, let's use a great analogy from the classic book, The Data Warehouse Toolkit. Think about your whole data system like a restaurant. All that behind-the-scenes work, cleaning the data, getting it ready, transforming it, all that messy stuff is happening back in the kitchen. So if that's the kitchen, then the data model, well, that's the menu you give to your customers. And this is the absolute crucial point. Is your menu clear? Is it easy for your users, your diners, to look at it and order exactly the insight they're hungry for? Or is it a confusing mess? Because the menu you build determines how successful they're going to be. Okay, our first stop on this tour is the one that's all about the quest for pure speed. Let's talk about the flat table. The name for this one pretty much says it all. One big table. You basically take everything, every last piece of data and context you have, and you jam it all into a single massive table. Seriously, just picture a spreadsheet on steroids. The whole goal here is simplicity and putting everything in one place. And why on earth would you do this? It comes down to one word: speed. Just raw, unadulterated query performance. It's what we call a fully denormalized structure. And that's just a fancy way of saying you repeat information on purpose. Like you'll see the same customer's name on 1,000 different rows, just so you can avoid database joins. With zero joins needed, your query can just fly. And this is where this model really shines in the modern world. This quote from a data pro on Reddit just nails it. These huge distributed systems like Spark, they hate joins, but they absolutely love a big flat table. Why? Because they can just chop it up into a bunch of pieces, send each piece to a different computer, and process it all in parallel. It's brute force analytics at its best. But, and this is a big but, that speed comes at a pretty steep price. As this user on Reddit points out, can you imagine trying to manage a table with 127 columns? It's a nightmare. What happens when you want to add a new piece of information? Well, welcome to column 128. It gets super inflexible, it's a pain to document, and it's just a headache to maintain over time. All those challenges with the flat table? Well, they lead us right to the most popular, most widely used model in business intelligence. It's a structure built from the ground up for organized, intuitive analysis, the STAR schema. The beauty of the STAR schema is how it neatly separates the numbers from the story. Picture a star. Right in the middle, you have your fact table. That's where the numbers live, the events, the things that happened, like sales figures. And then the points of the star are your dimension tables. They provide all the rich context, the who, what, where, and when behind those numbers. And this just shows you how a query works. It's a logical journey. You start in the middle with the facts, the numbers, and then you join outwards to the dimensions to get the full story, the context. And just like that, you get a really rich, complete answer. This thing became the industry standard for a reason. It's not just technically elegant. It's built to work the way people actually think about their business. That product dimension table, you can reuse it with your sales facts, your inventory facts, your shipping facts, all of them. That gives you incredible consistency and makes the whole system so much easier to manage and scale. Okay, now here's a plot twist for you. You'd think adding all those joins would automatically slow things down, right? Well, not so fast. A recent study actually found that for modern columnar databases, think Amazon Redshift, star schemas can often be faster than flat tables. It's kind of wild. Turns out these databases are just so highly optimized for the specific structure that they can absolutely fly, even with the joins. So where do we go from here? What if you're a massive company with tons of different departments, all with their own unique needs? Well, that's where we get to our final destination, a hybrid approach built for enterprise scale. The hub and spoke model is all about getting the best of both worlds. At the center, you have this normalized, controlled data hub. Think of it as your single source of truth. And branching out from that, you have the spokes, which are these specialized, high-performance data marts built for different teams. So here's how it works in practice. The hub is the law. It's the governed single source of truth that makes sure everyone is working from the same playbook. No more data chaos. Then, from that central hub, data gets pushed out to the spokes, where each department can build whatever high-performance model they need. Maybe data science wants a flat table, and finance needs a star schema. It perfectly balances that top-down governance with the freedom for teams to move fast.
Whew, okay, so we've seen the options. How in the world do you pull all this together and actually choose a data strategy? It really comes down to finding the right model for the right job.
Let's just boil it down. If you need raw speed for one specific thing, especially on a system like Spark, the flat table is a great choice. It's fast, but it's not flexible. For pretty much all general-purpose business intelligence, the star schema is your workhorse. It's that perfect balance of speed and structure. But if you're in a big, complex company, the hub-and-spoke model gives you that amazing combo of centralized control and departmental freedom. There's no one-size-fits-all answer here. So, in the end, the question isn't, what's the best data model? The real question is, what's the best data model for me? Because choosing your model isn't just some back-end technical decision, it is the absolute foundation of your entire analytics strategy. Get it right, and insights flow freely. Get it wrong, and you've created a hidden bottleneck that's slowing everyone down. So I'll leave it with this. Take a hard look at your data model. Is it an asset, or is it holding you back?